Hello, everybody. This is Gerald Salenti, and it's Tuesday, December 10th, 2024. And pretty soon, your new Trends Journal is going to be coming out. And here's the cover. You got it? That's it. The Trump pump, the Bitcoin bounce to the moon, or just a honeymoon. So what's the guess? Well, look, we've been very bullish on Bitcoin for years. And this Trump pump, well, it's all in your Trends Journal. This, and again, the people he's bringing in. And we've been having articles in the Trends Journal on crypto. Joe Duran has a whole section on it that he does. We've been spot on with this. And today, for example, gold prices are pumping back up there. They're almost at, $2,693 an ounce. Remember, they were up to almost, 2,700, going higher. And then all of a sudden, you had the Bitcoin bounce. What's up over 40% since Trump got in? I mean, if there was no Bitcoin, gold prices would probably be double where they are. But this is real, and it's not going away. It's going to keep going up. And the markets today, where the S&P was down a bit, 0.30, the NASDAQ down 0.25, the Dow down 154 points. But we're still very bullish on this. That, again, we call it like it is, not who we like, what we want, what we wish. It's what is. And Trump is going to be very positive for the equity markets. And all this talk about tariffs bringing down the equity markets is not going to happen. And because he's not going to do the tariffs like he said he is, because again, we only put the facts in there, what he did when he was president between, when he ran, 2016 to 2020. And some he did, some he didn't. But he's going to do everything he can to keep his markets up. He's an investor in them. Same thing with Bitcoin. Money talks, bullshit walks. And the money's going to keep talking. And you look at the articles that we have, all the billionaires that have contributed to his campaign. It's that he's brought in as, in his staff. He's got like 14 billionaires or something in there. So they're going to do everything they can to keep the equity markets up. This isn't rocket science. So that's where we're going with that. Oil prices. Oil's at $72 a barrel, basically, for Brent crude. And that's after OPEC Plus said, we're going to keep supply down. What it's indicating is how slow the global economy is going. The United States, out of the 10 top countries, is the only one doing really great in terms of economic growth. And again, all your data is there. India now is down. It's one after another. What is that, the fifth largest? Germany, the third largest in basically a recession. Japan moved from third to fourth. Oh, but they're up a little bit. And and China is doing shit. 30% of its GDP is real estate based, and the real estate slump is terrible. But the Politburo came out yesterday, and they said more cheap money coming in, and we're changing the game to do anything we can to pump this up. It's not going to, because again, we have all the data there, the export numbers, what's going on, and how it's being affected. So this is serious. And it's only going to get much worse on the global economic front. But the United States is doing good. And again, they're going to do everything they can to keep pushing the equity markets up. There are some that are saying, and we write about it in our economic update, top people saying, get ready for a bust coming in 2025. But then you have others saying it's going to go up, keep going up, keep going up, keep going up. And again, we're saying Trump is going to do everything he can to keep pumping it up. That's it. And an article just came out on another note. As people are, again, one of the reasons Trump won was the working class struggling. Plantation workers of Slavelandia. U.S. pays $20 billion into Ukraine loan fund. The U.S. Treasury Department announced on Tuesday that it had dispersed a $20 billion loan for Ukraine backed by interest from frozen Russian assets, stolen Russian money and given it to Ukraine. What the fuck is this shit? Oh, don't use your potty mouth. They just did that. Be speak. Get the, I don't put your shove your fucking comments up your ass when you don't like my language, right? They steal your fucking money, and no, don't say that. You have to speak properly. What they did was they dispersed $20 billion in loans for Ukraine, backed by interest from frozen Russian assets. Frozen? Yeah, your fucking head is frozen. It's stolen fucking money. If it was your money, oh, you would be pissed off. Oh, no, it's not my money, so speak properly. They're fucking gutless little clowns out there. Shove it up your ass. Don't want to hear it. Fuck off. The money was paid into a World Bank. Yeah, the World Bank's the gang. The fund will be transferred to Kyiv, the Treasury said in a statement. Treasury, a bunch of fucking thieves stealing our fucking money to give to the military-industrial complex. Forgot about that one, huh? Oh, the job creation numbers, more government jobs for the government slobs, the little boys and girls that can't get a job in the real world, that produce nothing but bust your fucking balls. Yeah. More government jobs. So anyway, that's what's going on there. Quote, President Biden is committed making sure that every dollar we have at our disposal will be pushed out the door between now and January 2nd. So the little piece of fucking shit, little Anthony Blinken, hey, little Blinken boy, what are you going to do when you're out of office there as Secretary of State? Oh, I'll go with one of the mob and get a big fucking job, Salenti. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I'll get with one of the big corporations and make hundreds of millions of dollars. You got it? And my daddy was the ambassador to Hungary. And my uncle was the ambassador to Belgium. You're just a little fucking wop. A little guinea from the Bronx. You don't mean shit. And that's what the whole fucking government is. Run by the billionaires and arrogant pieces of shit like Blinken boy. So, moving on. What else do we have? Oh, before I go on the air, I want to see what, breaking news. This is from the Cartoon News Network, CNN. Israel bombs Syria and seizes territory as Netanyahu pledges to change the face of the Middle East. Isn't that nice? Netanyahu pledges. Netanyahu pledges. Yeah. Dictates the pledges. I pledge to kill more, steal more, and the United States will give me all the money to do it and all the bombs to kill the people. Oh, not a word about the Gaza genocide in the media now. No, it's all on Syria now. Yep. The collapse of the Assad regime has prompted punishing military response from Israel, which has launched airstrikes at military targets across Syria and deployed ground troops both into and beyond the demilitarized buffer zone. Isn't that nice? They're bombing the shit out of the place. They say they destroyed 80% of its military equipment, according to Times of Israel. Yep. Bombing the shit out of it. Israel could do anything they want, and Netanyahu is going to change the face. So going on to your Trends Journal. Investors shovel almost $140 billion into stock funds since Trump has won. All right? Right now, the money that's being pumped in from all over the world into the S&P 500s, into the equity markets, it's at record highs. Record highs. Down, it's double, more than double what goes into the Eurozone. The money's flooding into America as the rest of the world goes down. So, very important. Tomorrow, by the way, they have the inflation numbers coming out. And they're expected to be low, and they expect the Feds to lower interest rates 25 basis points when they meet. A whole section on when the economy falls, jobs go with it. The big jobs are going out. The jobs that are created, the job numbers that came out last week, the jobs are in the health service sector, which pay nothing. Restaurant service sector, which pay nothing. Oh, and government slob jobs. What else do we have? More emerging nations face fiscal crisis defaults. Yep. This is serious because, again, you have to look at the whole geopolitical aspect of this. The people going to be fleeing their countries because they're going down the crapper. And it's not only the emerging markets that are getting hit hard. As the data that we keep putting out, the developing nations are hitting hard too. So this whole push against immigration is going to be very big and very global in the Western world because there's going to be more and more people escaping the lack of basic living standards, government corruption, crime, and violence. Yep. The Eurozone business activity plummeting. Barely a word about it. All the news is about that guy that shot that guy from the United Healthcare, whatever. That's the big news. What's going on in the rest of the world hardly being mentioned. Yeah, and again, in India, their economy's gone down. The central bank is cutting rates. Very important because you're going to see more rate cuts coming from the ECB too. And that means the United States is going to cut rates too. It's all one big game. It's all one big club. Because if the United States interest rates stay high, the dollar stays very strong, and these countries go down big. They're not going to do it. They're going to lower interest rates. And again, the lower U.S. interest rates go, the higher gold prices go. And that's where we see it going. Yep. And China, by the way, put some trade restrictions on. We have a whole article in here on U.S. companies. So there's going to be back and forth on this. Trump is only going to do so much with the tariffs. And again, I totally support tariffs because I totally support what the former president McKinley said. Do you want cheap products? Do you want high wages? And once upon a time, they didn't have federal income tax. The federal government got their money from tariffs. And America built its country as a manufacturing powerhouse. There were plants all over this country, all over it. And now what do you have? It's dead. Thanks to Slick Willie Clinton, who gave us NAFTA. Yep. And then brought China into the World Trade Organization. Rust Belt. Isn't that a nice name? Rust Belt. We have rust belts all over. So I'm in favor of, I'm opposed to globalization. I'm an American. I believe in the founding fathers, like George Washington, no foreign entanglements. You build America. These companies, they only want to build themselves. That's why they want cheap labor going everywhere. Look at the Vietnam War. I grew up during it. We got to stop those commies. Before we don't stop them, they're going to take over all of Asia. Dominoes will keep falling. Oh, now China, it's still the same commie government there, but we import, it's our biggest second importer of shoes and clothing comes from Vietnam. So I totally support tariffs. And I'm totally opposed to federal income tax because they only steal from us. Again, there's the article in your Trends Journal about how the bigs don't pay any taxes at all. How they know how to get through this whole thing. Okay, what else do we have here? Oh, the whole Israel war. Top human rights group, Israel is committing genocide in Gaza. And there's an article in here by a Palestinian author who just gave a speech at Oxford Union. It is worth reading. It tells the exact story. Very important to read. Israel violates Hezbollah's ceasefire at least 129 times. Oh yeah, now they're bombing the shit out of Lebanon. They could of Syria. They could do anything they want. Remember, hit that subscribe button. You know, our numbers are going down here. People are tuning out. They don't like my language. They don't like my anger for the murder going on. They don't support Occupy Peace. I had a guy, this is a true story, just yesterday. I have flags all over my properties. We had a windstorm. One of the flags was ripped. Just happened yesterday. Knocks at my door of the office. I go out. We have a big office right on the street, big windows. And he said, your flag is ripped. You are a disrespectful American. I said, who the fuck do you think you're talking to? Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? Him and his wife is in a car, as you see. She's supposed to get back in your car. This guy comes out, tells me what a disrespectful American I am because one of my flags are ripped. I said, fuck you, you prick. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? That's the support and he knew who I am because it was one of my other buildings that the flag's ripped. So we don't get any support up here for Occupy Peace. And we need more support for the Trends Journal. We're giving you everything we can. So go to trendsjournal.com, and we're giving you history before it happens. Nobody else is giving you, we're giving you, they're firing everybody. And again, go to our site. This is Christmas time, holiday season. Please donate. And, donate to our fundraiser. And just go to trendsjournal.com. Because the more, they're shadow banning us, they're cutting us out, they're doing everything they can to get rid of us. And freedom of speech is dead. Israel steals more land in Gaza, calling it military zones. So not only is Israel stealing now Syrian land and saying they're going to keep it, as Netanyahu said, they're stealing more land in Gaza. And again, this is genocide. Yep. Starve them out. Netanyahu open to ethnically cleansing Gaza. Ben-Gvir says Israel says they got to do it. Yep. Featured guest articles by Phil Giraldi. Who the hell is in charge here? Great article, short article, but very true. Death of Democracy by Dr. Paul Craig Roberts. Cellular Health Revolution, Unveiling Hidden Threats and Empowering Solutions by Dr. Joseph Mercola. You better watch out. The surveillance state is making a list, and you're on it. Yep, we're on it. And this is by John and Nisha Whitehead from the Rutherford Institute. And what is about to happen will shock the world by Gregory Mannarino. Trends in Technocracy by Joe Duran. And again, this guy knows his stuff. The Synthetic Devolution, one of his books. You get it on Amazon. AI, Decline of Humans on Amazon. And Trends in Cryptos. There's a whole section on here. What to say and not to say about cryptos, blockchain battles. The whole story coming out about El Salvador, what they're doing, and they need money from the IMF and what's really going to happen. Trends in Geopolitics, about what's going on in Syria, and on. Presidential Reality Show, Trends Eye Views, Eat Junk Food, Die Quick, Trends in High-Tech Science by Ben Davis, and Trends in AI, a whole section by Ben Davis. So we're giving you what you can't get anywhere else, and you get it for the grand total at $2.56 a week. Or you get the Wall Street Journal for $5 a day and listen to bullshit. So anyway, don't forget to tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time for Salenti and the Judge Andrew Napolitano. He has a great article coming up about what Trump might do about freedom of speech and watching over us. And it's in a kind of in a positive way. Coming up tomorrow, 6 p.m. And again, subscribe to the Trends Journal, subscribe to the site, hit the click button because they're shadow banning us and we need more subscribers so we can get the word of life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, and history before it happens. Thank you.